peace I find is a future that never happened. One where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way, a path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated. No Muad'Dib. No Lisan al-Gaib. No Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
Approach, prisoner. Show yourself, child.
I don't know why, but that lip syncing just looked weird to me when I first saw it. So there's going to be a clip where I slowed it down, but in the clip that it slowed down,
Show yourself, child.
you know,
Show yourself, child.
it's not as weird. I don't know why, but the first time I saw that lip syncing, I was like, what's wrong with it? I guess it's just my eyes. Maybe someone else can agree that it just looked weird. I don't know. Anyways, this is a video that I was planning on doing and then I wasn't planning on doing it. And, you know, my better half was like, you know, you should make a video on it. And I said, hey, you know what? I will. You downloaded it. So when you make your character and record the footage and I'll make a video on it. Well, she did. So, now I got to make a video on it because I said I would. And so here we are. I'll just preface, I don't know much about the Dune universe. I know more about the Dune universe now because of the recent movies. As a child, I tried to watch the old movies. I never read the books or anything like that. And those movies put me to sleep. Okay, now the new ones I followed, I get it a bit. Yeah, it's great. It still isn't enough to pull me into the world to where I actually want to go read the book and know more. But I do enjoy the movies. So, you know, smart on Funcom's part to release a game with Dune associated, you know, because those movies are doing well. People are enjoying them. And, you know, I think they even have a series now. Sorry, I didn't want to talk over the voices in case you were interested in it. You know, she took the time to do some of this. And, you know, while I'm using the footage as background and sped up to kind of give you an idea of the customization, you know, I just didn't want to be rude after all. But, you know, trying to capitalize on, you know, the success of that, you know, I mean, it's a smart thing to do. You know, they've got the rights to make games to Dune. Why not do it? I remember when I first heard about Dune, you know, that they were making Dune Awakening. I was like, you know, when I think of Conan Exiles, I've heard people tell me they like the jungle, you know, they like living in Volcano or maybe the savannah, you know, or the highlands, something like that, you know, these areas in the game. But I've never had someone tell me they liked living in the desert, you know? And then I was like, a game that's going to take place on a desert planet. Well, if any company I know can pull that off, it's definitely Funcom. Okay. if you were around when Conan Exiles came out, we did not have the extra biomes. They were added in over time. Now, biomes to me are important. I'm pretty sure I there are other biomes on the planet, so I think that is something we will get to experience. It's not just going to be desert, and I think that is something important for a game because as gamers, we all enjoy certain things about maps and worlds. Maybe a certain area, maybe a certain uh aesthetic to the location that just kind of resonates with us where it might not resonate with others. But if it's just a desert and cliffs and stuff, I mean, like, it'll feel kind of bland over time. But I am pretty sure I remember them talking about other biomes, other territories or something that you can go to. I've been keeping up with the news, but not to the same degree that I have with Conan Exiles. I guess I'm in the door. One foot's in the door, one foot's out the door. I am excited to have a new game that I may spend a lot of time on, and at the same time, I have to remind myself this is Funcom making this game. Yes, they did outsource a lot of it. They do have another studio helping them with it, so that's a positive maybe. But you think of things that are wrong with Conan Exiles right now, and with the cheaters and the stuff that the cheaters are able to do. I mean, they're even able to delete your learned engrams, your gosh, what's it called? Why is it slipping my head? But your knowledge. So you'd have to recreate your whole character. It's like that's how advanced the cheats are on this game. That they've just been getting more advanced, and then Funcom's releasing this game, and I already know their track record. So it's like I don't want to get my hopes up, so I'm half in, half out. But I am excited to give it a try and see how it goes. Obviously, I'm not playing the game for the lore. I'm sure many of you might not as well. I know a lot of people are Dune heads. Okay, you guys love it. You love what's his name, Frank Herbert. Oh my gosh, don't butcher me. I think that's it. I know a lot of people really do enjoy it. There's people that say it's better than Star Wars, and I can kind of agree that the how in depth the story was at the time versus what Star Wars was at the time. You know, but those old movies, they were so slow, and they were, my God, they were terrible. They could not keep my interest. Star Wars could keep my interest. There was action, and this was, but the new ones, they could keep my interest as a child. They keep my interest as an adult, and now I actually enjoy more story oriented. The drama behind it, stuff like that. Not just a basic action movie where it's just big explosions and stuff. I like a story, so I can appreciate that. We're getting a game towards something that I have enjoyed, but I don't know if how do I put this? Don't know if we're gonna get what we expect. Obviously, with this benchmark, they're just trying to kind of see how their game is currently running on, most PCs. Also, they're trying to gauge who's going to be playing their game, what kind of software are they going to be running, and from there they can make settings and stuff. Basically, this is what game companies do these days. They don't actually outsource the work themselves because that costs money. So then they make you feel like you're getting, a bonus here by getting to download something and create your character and benchmark your PC. But the amount of money that they are saving by being able to get your data, man, they're making, and that's probably one of the things that bugs me in this day and age with the whole gaming industry now. Long ago, if you released a game, you made the product and it got shipped to stores, you can't recall the game and update the game. Your product that you sent out has to be as flawless as possible. Nowadays, they'll release, what they'll release. Some of the games out there are just god awful, and it's just like using you to refine it while taking your money. You know, I've talked about this before in my videos, and it could be a in-depth discussion because it's something that honestly needs to change. The ability to update your game to fix minor issues, that's a great feature. We all love that. You know, if something's really broken and they're able to fix it or an update or something, that's great. You know, it's good that we have the capability to fix these things, but some of the things just shouldn't exist in the first place if it was actually tested properly. So, I mean, there's not much to say when it comes to Dune Awakening right now for me. Even if I did have access to the beta or the closed beta, I probably would have had to sign an NDA and I would have said no to it anyways because, I'd want to talk about it. So, if there is a public beta, I will, talk about it more. But, you know, I'd say, I don't have high expectations. And I'm sure a lot of you don't either. I really doubt there's someone out there that's like hyped up for this game to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Maybe I'm wrong. And maybe that I shouldn't say that. Maybe someone in the comments can say, like, yeah, you're really excited for this. But I feel like we're all kind of just on the fence here. Like, we're excited for new games. We want new games. We all do. Like, it's been such a dry season for great games. And we're starting to get some, you know, coming around. New quarters are rolling out. We're going to be getting new games. This will be one of them. Hopefully, it's not a flop. Hopefully. But all in all, the cinematic, of course, the cinematic looks pretty good. Looks pretty cool. The guy's voice is a little weird. They don't have the money to get, the actual voice actor of or the actor of the current Dune movies to be Paul. But, I don't know. The voice, there's nothing wrong with the voice, but it just didn't seem right. Maybe it wasn't acted well enough. Maybe it was the voice they chose him to go with. I don't know. I know the voice actor. He's done lots of things. He's even done things from Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. I think his name is David Gassman. I think that's who is doing Paul Atreides' voice for this game. I thought it was going to be like Nolan North or something like that, and everyone knows who Nolan North. He's been doing games and shows and stuff like that. Voice acting for years, and I'm pretty sure David Gassman. I could be wrong. You can correct me if you want, but overall, I think the character customization, it's a character customization. I'm not one of those people that really care about editing my character all that much.
What I am?
But
Then I will sift your words for lies.
I know a lot of people actually like customizing their character. And I think, that's something that is important for any kind of survival game where you're going to create your character. And I think they did a pretty good job on the character customization, to be honest. It looked pretty good. I was watching her, mess around with it. And then, of course, while editing the footage, I got to watch a little bit more of it. So, but Funcom's not really that bad at character customization in the first place. I'm still kind of surprised Conan Exiles never got more character customization. Like, they could have cashed in on hairstyles. You know how many hairstyle mods are out there? They could have cashed in on that. Add hairstyles to the bazaar so your character can have more stuff like that. They'd be making more money
A grand center of the arts.
off of hairstyle
The order of
than they could anything else. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me if they sold extra customization to your character, like in the character creation at the Nurgle table, people would probably buy that a lot more than some of those trinkets. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about. I am concerned about the microtransactions that we are going to get for Dune Awakening. I feel like Conan Exiles was a test.
Peons go their entire lives without seeing the inside of a starship.
I don't know why the lip syncing just bugs me. I don't know why.
the schools. Who was your mentor?
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being negative. I'm sorry. I'm honestly really not trying to be negative, but back to the microtransactions and in-game store and battle pass and stuff like that. I feel like Conan was a test. You know, they really wanted to see how much money they could pull in off of one of their most popular games. I feel like we're definitely going to see that. I mean, it's 2025. Of course, there's going to be some kind of in-game store. And I guess, you know, there is that fear that
Our sisters giving training
the
outside of the chapter house. It is frowned upon.
you know, there's going to be resources, building materials, stuff you need. Like, are we going to be able to buy that stuff? Are you going to be able to buy weapons that are more powerful than weapons you can acquire or craft? You know, stuff like that. I mean, we see it with Conan,
Put your hand in the
and it's an
box.
issue. So I don't know if that's something we're going to have to worry.
I hold at your neck the Gonja Bar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key.
I'm really paying attention to that lip syncing.
The Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task.
I think it's the face.
The Fremen. Wake the sleeper.
I think the face isn't moving as much as the mouth is, you know? Like the motion capture is a little off. Maybe that's why I thought the lip syncing was out or something.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it.
'Cause, yeah, it looks fine, but the face is just so.
Keep your
I mean,
hand in the
she's a
box.
crazy old bat, so maybe that's the
Draw
point.
it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper.
Didn't she already say that?
When it is done.
Old bat's got Alzheimer's. That's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, that's it. Honestly, you know, I don't want to be negative about it because I want to be hopeful. I always believe that there's, you know, the possibility and growth for change for companies. We will see. You know, I'm curious if I'll be able to play the beta. You know, like I said, I don't know if we're going to get an open beta. If anyone does, please let me know. If I haven't seen anything about that. I know there was a closed beta of some sort, and I'm pretty sure there was an NDA with that, and I know there's going to be a beta, but you can sign up on their website, so I feel like there's going to be another, you know, open enrollment yet still a closed beta as well. I don't know if we're going to get a full-on just click to play demo or not, but I'm gonna try to remain optimistic. But the things that I've heard about what the PvP will be like, yeah, that yeah, I don't know. They said it was going to be based on zones and stuff like that. I don't know, which kind of gave me, you know, Once Human type of vibes. And Once Human's a fun game, but it's a free game, and you know, it's got a lot of microtransactions. We all know Dune Awakening is not going to be a free to play game, and I think honestly, if you take anything away from this video, my biggest concern and your concern should be in-game transactions we're going to have to deal with, and if they will break the game like they do, you know, with a lot of titles these days. But that's it. Kind of sharing some of my thoughts. Nothing really too important, obviously, but if you want me to make more content related to Dune, that is something you are interested in, just let me know. Give the video a thumbs up. If you want, leave a comment. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I will be making Dune content as it comes out and I play it. But I mean, if you want more content of like news and stuff up to date until it comes out, just let me know. I will see you guys in the next one, and hope everyone's doing well.